I didn't expect that in 3 weeks, suddenly, as a consequence of an air campaign, that Gadhafi would necessarily be gone. What I said was that under the UN mandate, we had an obligation to protect civilians from potential atrocities, and we have succeeded in that. It's true that some civilians may be still getting killed, but we don't have wholesale slaughter in places like Benghazi, a city of 700,000 that Gadhafi said he would show no mercy on because that's a site of a lot of opposition. So what we've been able to do is to set up a no-fly zone, set up an arms embargo, keep Gadhafi's regime on its heels, make it difficult for them to resupply, and you now have a stalemate on the ground militarily, but Gadhafi is still getting squeezed in all kinds of other ways. You know, he's running out of money, he is running out of supplies, the noose is tightening, and he is becoming more and more isolated. And my expectation is that if we continue to apply that pressure and continue to protect civilians, which NATO is doing very capably, then I think over the long term, Gadhafi will go. We are confident, though, that we've been able to lift up a Afghan security force that is getting better, more professional, larger. A transition has begun so that they start taking over protection against the Taliban in certain areas. I'm confident that the withdrawal will be significant. People will say this
significant.
That they will say this is a real process of transition. This is not just a token gesture. But exactly what those numbers are, how it gets spread out over the course of several months, that's something that I want General Petraeus to give me a clear recommendation on. I still believe it should be closed. I still believe that it is a symbol of our past efforts that, sincere as they were, ended up cutting some corners in terms of our commitment to due process and our commitment to rule of law. I know that it is a very emotional issue for folks, but one of the things I was speaking to a group, somebody from New York asked me about this issue because of Attorney General Holder's decision to try KSM, Mohammed, who was the planner of 9/11. And they said, we're glad you're not doing it in New York. And I said, it was important for us to make a decision to go ahead and prosecute this guy. It's been 10 years now. The families deserve justice. But I remain convinced we could have handled this in New York. We could have handled it in a normal court. I think it's very important for us not to elevate folks who are murderers and thugs into something special. Our criminal justice system and our trial system is capable of prosecuting terrorists. We've done it before. We can do it again.